I'm Dani702 and welcome to Las Vegas. Today we're going to be taking a step back in time to the very heart and soul of Las Vegas entertainment history. We are at the iconic Westgate, Las Vegas, where a celebration is taking place all day. And it's all about one man, the legend, the king, Elvis Presley. Westgate is pulling out all of the stops to celebrate the 56th anniversary of Elvis Presley's legendary 1969 comeback concert that took place right here. Westgate hooked us up with 2 tickets to the show tonight, The King Returns 1969 Live, and that is going to be a whole recreation of the exact show that Elvis did 56 years ago. But we're here early in the morning because there are things taking place all day today. They have different types of tours, backstage tours, room tours. There's going to be special guests, special speakers. There is memorabilia set up all over this resort, even more so than they do on a regular basis. I'm a big fan of Elvis. I have definitely seen quite a few Elvis shows, but I hear this one tonight is supposed to be absolutely epic. So get ready for a whole lot of rockin' and rollin', baby. But first, Westgate has invited us to do 2 VIP tours this morning. We are going to head backstage of the house that Elvis built before the show tonight, and then we're going to head to the very top of the Westgate to tour the newly renovated Imperial Sky Villa, and that is where Elvis called his home during his time here. Passes acquired, we're ready to go.
But welcome, friends, to the International Theater, originally opened on July 2nd, 1969. Back then, the tickets were only $15 to walk in here. $15 today would be $133-ish. To be fair, to see a superstar for $133?
Yeah. Before it was the Westgate, this grand resort was known as the International Hotel. And in 1969, after spending much of the decade starring in Hollywood films, Elvis was ready for a triumphant return to the live stage. He chose Las Vegas, and he chose the brand new International Hotel. This is an original water fountain. Elvis would take a sip from here every night before his show. He walked into this very venue, at the time the largest showroom in Las Vegas, for what was intended to be a 4-week contract. He was scheduled to perform 2 shows a night, 7 days a week. But little did anyone know this wasn't just a gig, it was a cultural phenomenon. And it was so successful that the contract was extended, and Elvis ended up performing here for a full 7 years, totaling an astonishing 636 sold-out shows. This isn't just the house that Elvis built. It's the house where he redefined his legacy and became an icon all over again. We are now in Elvis's dressing room. This is literally where he would get ready for the show and come back and relax a little bit after the show. Now, they did say that this room used to be double the size.
Through these doors is Barry Manilow's personal dressing room. So, it was twice as big, very open.
But they still have some of the original items in this room that they had during Elvis' stay here, like the original bar. This bar is the very bar that Elvis would use in his dressing room. It did move. It used to be on a different wall, and they cut it in half so that they can have the other half inside of Barry Manilow's dressing room. But this is cool. You can come, you can touch it, you can take pictures with it, you can get a drink with it, or at least water with it today.
He would have a lot of family and friends, the Memphis Mafia, and a lot of celebrities in this room when it was twice the size. So when he needed a moment to step away, it's a very small area, but I want you to walk through it. This is his personal getting ready room, makeup, clothes, all that stuff. And it's actually a working dressing room for Travis Powell, who's performing tonight. But this is the original. It was also twice as big as much as this was. So come on through and make sure you get a glimpse in there.
The comeback wasn't just a personal victory for Elvis, it was a cultural milestone for Las Vegas. His residency here blazed a trail for future superstars. It paved way for residencies like Liberace, Barry Manilow, really changing the Las Vegas entertainment scene. It redefined the Strip's identity, making the superstar residency a must-have for any major resort.
Before every single show, he would stop right here where the star is and say a prayer for the show, say a prayer for the band, and even the audience. And then he would tap this wall, and then he'd walk on stage. So he would walk around backstage to stage left every single show. He would enter on stage left, but because it's a live working stage for Barry Manilow and the show tonight, there's too much going on. We can't go through there. but we're going to enter through this way.
The theater itself has evolved over years. It has a very different setup from the intimate 2,000-seat dinner theater that it was in '69. So now you'll see modern seats instead of the booth that they had back when Elvis was performing. But you can still feel the energy in this room. You can just imagine the buzz of the crowd and the lights and the music. Just absolutely epic. I love being able to start our 1969 day on the stage that Elvis performed at. And then we'll be ending it here too, but we'll be out there doing a little dancing and not up here. I even got a scarf from Elvis. I didn't get it on camera. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, I didn't faint. I kept my composure. I might have giggled a little bit. Our next VIP tour takes us to the very top with an exclusive look at the Imperial Sky Villa. We're now on the 30th floor at the Westgate, which is now called the Imperial Sky Villa. And this is built on the footprint of where Elvis had stayed during his residency here. It looks completely different. It has absolutely been redesigned and refurbished. It has expanded as well. So they gave us this little map that kind of shows where the original rooms were and then what was built on top of that. They even added a pool. There's a whole lot to see in here, but they have some memorabilia, some beautiful photos and tributes all around this suite of where he once stayed.
So what you see on your map in the yellow was the footprint of the original Elvis suite, or the original Imperial suite. It was a 5,000 square foot penthouse, and that's where Elvis stayed when he was here. The Imperial Villa today that we're in is about 14,000 square feet. The original footprint of the Elvis Villa sits within this. So right where you are standing now was Elvis's bedroom. When Priscilla took a tour a number of years ago and she walked in, she pointed to the fireplace and said, that's where our bed was. The bedroom was here, there was a main room. The original suite went back to about where that doorway is out to the pool. It went over there, and then there was another hall with 4 more bedrooms down. What they did was they revamped the whole top floor. They added onto it and put in 3 sky villas. We always look at it that if Elvis were performing today, this would be the kind of suite that he'd be staying in. So now, if you want to see what it looked like, what the decor was like, there's a couple photographs on the dining room table, and then there's a picture of the room, what it looked like then. And you know, if I can take a little literary license, I don't think the late 60s and early 70s are really remembered for their outstanding decor. This one we just found recently and really love this one. This was taken at the press conference the morning after opening night, and it really kind of, I think it shows the emotion, that just how excited he was about how well that show went.
What a beautiful picture. You can just feel the joy in his eyes, the excitement of being back on stage and having such an amazing performance too. This is so beautiful. Love in the garden. I mean, Imperial is definitely a very fitting name for this suite. Oh my goodness, look at this bathroom. Holy smokes. Are you kidding me? What the heck? Okay, this might be one of the most amazing bathrooms I've ever been in. Look at this amazing view. That's a look downtown, towards the Strat in downtown. You got your own little private jet tub here. Oh my God, but then you got a fireplace right next to it too. Ooh, fancy. They did expand it, they did renovate it pretty significantly since Elvis's stay. For instance, there was no pool. There are windows on the right-hand side, so you can get that view. I think it's 105 today, so that is very tempting. Now, this is the first room you see when you walk in, and this is where Elvis's bedroom would have been. They mentioned over here by the fireplace is where the bed would have been. And that's how you know you're in a fancy place. Telephone right next to the toilet. I don't know what you'd use it for, but it's there, just in case.
David Stanley tells the story that he was, before they were going to film the show, he was talking to the producers, and he was saying, you know, how many people do you think are going to watch this? And the producers said, we expect 1.5 billion people. Well, then David decides to go back into the dressing room talking to Elvis and said, hey boss, are you nervous? And he was kind of looking at him going, no, I'm good. He goes, yeah, because I was just talking to the producer and he said they expect 1.5 billion people to be watching this. And then he goes, thank you, now I'm nervous. And David swears you could see he was maybe a little nervous in the beginning, but once he got into it. But anyway, that was a picture from that.
Another amazing bathroom over here. What is this? This has to be a steam room. There's a whole other side that pretty much mimics that bathroom over there. What is this bathtub? Why is it so deep? These are from the International Hotel press conference, August 1st, 1969. So these were also taken the day after his first show here. More bedrooms, even more bathtubs. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. Now this whole area I do not believe had anything to do with Elvis's suite, but geez, this is impressive. Bathtub, 1, 2 sinks, shower, 3 sinks, toilet, bidet. This is wild. Then it wraps around. Let's see what's over here. Another shower. How many freaking showers does this suite have? Another bathroom, another sink, and then a whole other side. It basically mimics that room we were just in, with even more bathtubs and even more toilets and sinks.
Some say Elvis never left the building, and you can almost feel his presence. It might just be the buzz of today, but I swear the echoes of his music and his larger-than-life personality still linger through the halls here. And checking out the suite is like a true connection to the king. He was the king, and this resort, the former International Hotel, was his castle. But now it's time to head downstairs and catch a little bit of what's going on during the day.
Now, throughout this resort, you'll find memorabilia and photos on a normal day. Almost every day they have some of this up. I've shown some of this before. Elvis's actual hair. You can see his Colt 66, or even a 22 pistol that he used to carry. But they stepped it up today. There's going to be special photo ops. There's going to be speakers and guest appearances from people that were close to Elvis. They have themed food, themed drinks. They have multiple tribute shows going on all night long. So here at the International Bar, they have a few specialty drinks, like the Comeback Special Spritz or a Viva Las Vegas Espresso Martini. I might need one of those. It's going to be a long day. Or Aloha from Hawaii, Return to Senders. I love that song. You can write a love note and then stick it in the box. We're just gonna send Elvis one of these. Sending kisses to Elvis. So all of this is new to me. I haven't seen this stuff before. You have Elvis Presley's military uniform. Is this the real one? No way. Speaking of David Stanley, there he is. Elvis' stepbrother. Worn outfit from 1968 MGM movie Speedway. I wonder if they'll have anything here from Viva, his actual script of Jailhouse Rock. And then this red shirt or red jacket here is right here. Elvis owned and wore this blue suit the day he brought Lisa Marie home from the hospital after she was born in 1968. During Elvis's shows at the International Theater, while singing Hound Dog, Elvis would throw hound dog stuffed animals into the audience. The stage-worn blue shirt, movie played guitar when he did the song The Lady Loves Me in Viva Las Vegas. I love that scene taking place at the Flamingo. Here's some stage shoes. These are from 1950s. Oh, look, he signed it. Yeah, these diamond rings are no joke. There's even his glasses in the middle. That's pretty epic. Jailhouse Rock outfit, 1957. Wow. Another event taking place today is the Living Legends Speaking Series. So this is where you'll get to meet and mingle with people that were actually there. You can meet with Elvis's bass player, you can meet with David Stanley, who's Elvis's stepbrother, and even one of Elvis's old girlfriends. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to miss that. That's being taking place today between 3 and 5, and I actually have to go to work. I got here at about 9:30 a.m., and we're probably going to end the day around 11 p.m., I would say, because not only are we seeing the show tonight, but we also have some amazing dinner plans thanks to the Westgate. Got a little editing, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right, so we're back at the Westgate. It's now 6:15, and it's time for dinner. Went home, changed, freshened up a little bit. I do have more 50s outfits than I do 60s. Eddie. So the outfit that I had on earlier is a vintage 60s, but I felt like it was too casual. I had to get a little nicer since we're going to dinner. We're having dinner at Edge Steakhouse. They are rated 4.3 on Google, and they tend to win best awards for steaks. This is the showroom that's completely open right now, but then we're going to the International Theater. There's a lot going on, but let's eat. I'm hungry. So it's really nice in here. Very romantic vibes. I like the dim lighting, but it's not super dark. I can still see the menu. It's not extremely loud. I can actually have a conversation with Eddie, and it's nice and open. We have a really big booth, comfortable. Everybody has been super friendly so far. Our server has been very, very helpful. We have starters like shrimp cocktail for $27. You can do caviar service. Ooh, fancy. You've got your entrees down here, like salmon or a organic chicken for $40. Now, filet mignon will be $68, and it'll go all the way up to a Wagyu strip loin, and that is at $135 for 12 ounces. And then sides down here, like roasted mushroom, $17. There is a prefix menu where basically you pick it. So you can choose any of the steaks. You want to go for the lower end, $68 for the filet mignon, 7 ounce. And then you add $35 to whichever steak that you chose. You will get a soup or salad. You get also a choice of a side with that, and a dessert. So you can choose creme brulee or cheesecake with that. They have a special Elvis menu. Well, that's kind of the whole reason we're here. I knew that. But I didn't know what was on it. So it looks like it's going to be a 3-course prefix menu as well. So you get your choice of super salad. You get a second course, land and sea. So filet mignon and a lobster tail. And then a jailhouse rock for dessert, which is a chocolate fudge brownie. And it comes with a whole bunch of stuff on top of it. $89 for all of this. They have a whole Elvis room back here. Oh my gosh, how cool.
This is Jim Gissie's private collection that he bought from Graceland. He's our head CEO of our hotel. These are Elvis's actual guns. I got to wait on Colonel Parker 7 years after Elvis had passed. We had a German restaurant. And I'd bring him the lentil soup, and he'd say, bring me a bowl of Franks. A bowl of Franks. So I have to bring him a whole bowl of hot dogs, and he would eat it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, 7 years, he still was coming.
We both ended up getting a prefix meal, but we got 2 different kinds. I actually got the Elvis prefix menu. I had to get it. It comes with steak and lobster, $89, plus all the add-ons. Eddie did one of the DIYs, so basically he chose a steak, and then $35 you got all the other items. They both came with bread. We got a side of whipped butter. And because I'm getting steak, I had to get some sort of wine, even though this is champagne. I got a rosé. For starters, we both went with a salad. Eddie got the wedge salad. Comes with blue cheese and ranch dressing. Looks like tomatoes. Is that bacon? And then I went with the Caesar salad. Shaved Parmesan, croutons. This is hitting, but I was craving a salad today. With the Elvis menu, I got the surf and turf. So it came with a 5-ounce filet mignon and also a 5-ounce lobster tail. Side of butter. Look at this little, what is that? I ordered a side of garlic potatoes. Eddie went with a 20-ounce dry-aged New York. For his side, he ordered the garlic mushrooms. We're gonna try a piece of Eddie's here. Excellent. A little bit fat on that. That's a good cut. The filet mignon is really good though. Yeah, definitely tender. I think the mushrooms pair really nice with the steak too. I was a little jealous of your steak because your steak is a little better. Mine's really good, but yours is better, let's be honest. But this is an excellent choice. That lobster is awesome. Our dessert has arrived. This is a chocolate fudge brownie with a pearly candy crunch, banana peanut butter nougat, and a bacon peanut butter brittle, also a banana brulee. For Eddie's prefix menu, you had the choice of a cheesecake or a creme brulee, and we went with the creme brulee, and we're actually going to swap this. Definitely creamy creme brulee. Nice sugar coating, crunchy top. That's how a creme brulee should taste. We're in the Cabaret Showroom, they are doing Elvis Comes Home all night. And we actually saw this show when we stayed here at the Westgate. Really fun tribute show, but it is completely free tonight from 6:30 all the way until I believe about 10 p.m. From the showroom over here to the International Bar, there's another Elvis tribute show going on over here.
I'll be the same. Crying over you.
We also have the photo ops that we saw earlier, all the memorabilia. In between the sets too, they have a DJ playing, of course, playing all of Elvis's hits. It's time for the main event. We're here in the International Theater where we started our day, but now we're in the audience. I love myself some Elvis, so I'm super, super excited.
This is where the history was made, and tonight we get to relive it. I wish I could share some of the music with you directly, but the Elvis estate is very protected by copyright, so I'll find the best tribute track that I can using music that I paid for, but for much less, so I can give you the full rundown.
Show off.
The moment that the lights went up, the energy in the room was incredible. Elvis tribute artist Travis Powell was awesome. The energy, the voice, the charisma, he really brought the king back to life right before our eyes. It's uncanny how much he embodies Elvis's spirit. The full band and the backup singers on stage made it feel like a big production from the era. And in between songs, they played real recordings of Elvis talking from the 1969 concert. It was a really amazing touch that made you feel like you were right there in the room with Elvis. But what a fun day and what a spectacular show. But everything that the Westgate did today was just so awesome. It's incredible to see Westgate not only honoring, but truly embracing its history. And they just announced that they're doing it all over again. So on January 14th, this time, they're going to be playing tribute to the legendary 1973 Aloha from Hawaii concert. Then they've also promised that the 1969 live show will be back next year on July 31st for its next anniversary. The Westgate is definitely keeping the king alive. It's more than just a concert. It's a journey back in time for the full day to celebrate a true icon.
Keep the party going. They have multiple things going on still, pretty much all night. This is the sports book. This is where they're doing different Elvis movies throughout the whole night until 8 a.m. Here are all the different movies that are playing. So right now, that's the way it is. They also have snacks set up. That's pretty cool. If you're an Elvis fan, you have to come and attend an event like this here at the Westgate. And I am so honored to be able to bring you guys and show you guys what a cool resort this is. But thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe for more adventures in Las Vegas and the surrounding areas, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.